All last week, Prime Minister Andrew Holness was on assignment in Europe. On Sunday, Mr. Holness was in Belgium, where he held talks with Secretary General of the African, Caribbean and Pacific Group of States, Dr. Patrick Gomes. The two spoke about Jamaica's chairmanship of the ACP Council. The Prime Minister also addressed the ACP Committee of Ambassadors meeting and urged them to continue efforts to transform the group into an effective global player.
Jamaica has taken seriously its responsibility to each state in the context of its presidency of the ACP Council of Ministers. Along with the CARIFORUM group of states that we represent, we commit to promote a process of collaboration that will ensure that no state is left behind.
Mr. Holness also met with Jamaican diaspora and business interests from Belgium and France. While in Belgium last Monday, he met with the head of the European Council, Donald Tusk. By Tuesday, Mr. Holness was in England, meeting with his British counterpart, Theresa May. The two spoke of several mutually beneficial issues, including migration, trade, climate change, and trained, skilled personnel. And at a private meeting with Caribbean leaders and Prime Minister May, Mr. Holness called for the release of pre-1973 Commonwealth Caribbean migrants who are detained as illegal immigrants. He said the British government should also review and provide the necessary assistance to have their rights restored. The migrants, known as the Windrush generation, were granted indefinite stay as they helped rebuild Britain post-World War II. But changes in UK immigration law have forced them to prove their legal status, a process which has been difficult as many do not have documentation. Prime Minister May has since apologized and promised that the UK would do whatever it takes, including where appropriate, paying compensation to resolve the anxieties and problems that some of the Windrush generation have suffered. Those talks were held ahead of the 2018 Commonwealth Heads of Government CHOG meeting. At a joint forum Tuesday, Mr. Holness urged leaders to view funding for climate change as an investment rather than a matter of aid.
It is imperative that the conversation around climate change and how it is to be financed be treated as an investment. That we make the investment in the resilience of these countries who are affected so that they can withstand, live through, and recover quickly from these variable and extreme weather events.
He also called on the grouping to support a new system of classification and provision of development assistance for countries. According to Mr. Holness, the developing country label has locked out small island states from accessing funds to recover from natural disasters such as hurricanes, which could wipe out their GDPs. Tuesday afternoon saw Prime Minister Holness holding bilateral talks with the Prime Minister of Mauritius. The two spoke of increasing cooperation, trade, tourism, economic growth, and public sector transformation. During talks with Prince Charles of Wales, discussions centered on youth, community development, infrastructure, environment, and the blue economy. On Wednesday, Mr. Holness met with the business community and attended a welcome reception and dinner hosted by British Prime Minister Theresa May. The following day, he was accompanied by his wife, Juliet Holness, to a state dinner at Buckingham Palace.
Our dream is that wherever we go, wherever we choose to live, that people respect us, that we contribute to the advancement of the whole human race, that we can share in true prosperity, that we can make Jamaica the place of choice for you to choose to live, to work, to do business, raise your families, and if you choose, retire in paradise.
Prime Minister Holness addressing a town hall meeting involving the Jamaican diaspora in London Friday. He disclosed issues discussed at the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting, in particular the Windrush generation. The Prime Minister updated the meeting on actions government is taking to tackle crime, corruption, improving the business environment, justice, and human rights. He also spoke to greater participation from the diaspora in areas such as education, health, and trade. Back in Jamaica, the Prime Minister lent his support to the 2018 Expo Jamaica. The Jamaica Manufacturers and Exporters Associations staged the weekend-long expo, which saw thousands of local businesses showcasing their products and services.
I'm very pleased to hear of the merger of the Jamaica Manufacturers Association and the Jamaica Exporters Association. I think it augurs well for industry in Jamaica. I particularly like the emphasis on emerging businesses. The growth in the economy, the job creation in the economy, the success of the economy will really depend on emerging businesses.
Mr. Holness also expressed the hope that Expo Jamaica would get bigger and better as the years go by. And that's it for Jamaica House Weekly. Be sure to join us next time for more of the news coming out of the office of the Prime Minister.